So a couple of things to take care of before we get started. Don't forget that the what was I gonna say? Something weird. Um, don't forget that September 1st, the new catalog rolls out. I can show you the cover. I can show you the cover. There it is. September through December. So cool. So many good options in here. So many good options. And I'll probably do a little show and tell next week with the 2 items that I have that were part of the pre-order. There we go. Hope everybody can hear me. I'm going to make sure this is all the way up. Okay. So this is my mix and match Monday mashup because I'm using multiple products. So I was just picking some colors. I'm looking at my digital, not my digital image. Hey Dana, my die cut image that I've already done. And I've got some florals and I've got some leaves. So I need something for the leaves. Let's pull that down. And my mashup is between two different sets of products. Now, three different individuals product. That's why I call it Monday mashup. I did put the mix up image there because it's just a mix of different products available from Stampin' Up. I hope you'll like it. Let's see. I think that should be good. Pink. Like a pinky tone, a blue tone, and a green tone. That'll be good. And then I'm going to be doing a little ink blending. So let me show you the products we're going to be working with today. Starting with Country Flowers. I love this set. I like that the dies are really good. There's some additional dies in here as well, in case you've never used it. I'm going to be using the Layers and Labels ephemera pack. It's $10. There's a lot of ephemera in there. And then the Frames and Flower, I'm using a piece for my background. This one right here. Beautiful color. And that's all we're using from there. So I'm going to get this out of the way. The color we're going to be using today is, of course, Old Olive for our ink. I'm going to do a little bit of blending, just a little bit. And then some coloring. And of course, you guys know me, I use black for my inking. I love black, so easy to use. So we're doing a little bit different of a format. So it's a Mondays only now. Between the arthritis and the challenges I had this summer with my knee and my hip, I'm just going to cut it back to 1 day a week. So it might last an hour, but it might only go 30 minutes. So who knows? We'll try to figure it out. Once I start getting product again, I will show you how to make the most of your $150 if that's what your price point is. If it's something else, I'm going to show you how to make a great deal out of it as well. The Country Flowers bundle, where you get the stamp set and the dies, around $55, give or take a few bucks. The other items are, like I said, around $10 or $11. That's really affordable to make cards with. So I'm going with Stampin' Up's white cardstock. It is a 65 to 80 pound, I believe. I think it's 80 pound. And then, like I said, this one little sheet, and you can see that pattern on the back. I love these patterns. We're just going to use that. I have some pieces from the ephemera pack. I'm going to show you that. So I have 2 pieces from the ephemera pack, so I can actually say I'm using those pieces. So we've got our 2 pieces here, circles. You guys know I like repeating shapes. Always like repeating shapes. We're going to color our florals. And yeah, it's a little hard to see, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I don't think I want to color this, but I might blend it out a little bit. So we're going to leave that out. And then, no, I got one more. I've got a bunch of leaves that we're going to add a little bit of color to give it a little bit of difference. And then there's some smaller leaves that I'm not going to add, but just a smidge of color. So the cardstock is Old Olive. I'm going to be adding a little bit of Old Olive on top of it because I believe Is that Old Olive? No, that's not Old Olive. That's Granny Apple Green. Cardstock is Granny Apple Green. This is the new basic beige, and I love that color. I love how it looks. One of the details that I like about the basic beige is because sometimes craft is a little too stark. Hey, Tammy. And basic beige is that perfect warmth that you're looking for. So if you don't have this color, check it out. If you want a sample, just reach out to me on Facebook Messenger, and I can get you a sample of that sent out to you in the mail. It will be a 4¼ by 5½ inch sample. So full sheet, fit in an envelope just by itself. Hopefully it won't get wrinkled. But let me go ahead and get my camera mount where I needed to. But before we start today, I just want to say a couple of things really quick. I'm going to be taking 2 weeks off of December. That'll be the last 2 weeks of December off, 2½ weeks. And I'll be going live for the first 2 Mondays in December. Just kind of making up for the time that I was gone and everything else. Next year, during the summer, I will likely not be live at all. I'm making plans right now to go spend the entire summer with my son and my grandchildren. I'm hoping those plans come to fruition. But I will definitely keep you guys above, you know, I will keep you guys updated and stuff on that one. So let me go ahead and put the camera up, and then we'll get crafting. Okay, we'll go red and then green and blue. RGB. There we go. Okay. So, like I said, this is that craft. Let me get a little piece of white here, so you can see how nice and warm that is. It isn't a cool beige at all. It's just a really nice, not quite craft, but very not vanilla color. So, just FYI on that one. We're going to set that one away. So the first one I wanted to do was do my Granny Apple Green with the Old Olive, with just a little mix. And my blending brushes only go by color family, so I might have to mark it, you know, just do a little round on it. Again, when you use these, don't go like this. You're going to waste ink in that one spot. Instead of go all the way across. You can see me pushing my ink up. Just going to push those back down. You can see how much ink is in this one. Until I have not used it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and blend it out a little bit. Because for this, I don't want it perfectly blended. I just want blotches. I just want a few blotches on it. That's it. Little bit of a difference in the color. I'm going to come back over here and get in a little bit more. And over here a little bit more. I thought about getting out my bigger one. But if I bring it up and I show you, it can probably, maybe not quite. I don't know why the light's weird like that today. Let me see. Hang on. No. It's my phone. I didn't turn it to brightest before I got. But there's a little bit, oh, that helps. There's a little bit of a difference in between the areas. So right in here, it's a little bit darker. Up here is a little darker. And the way this is going to go is this is going to mostly be hidden by this. So I just wanted a little bit of difference of color. I don't need it to totally be different. Like you can see this part is a little lighter than that part. And it works for me. I'm fine with that. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off. And if you get a chance, if you haven't seen it yet, you can just go ahead and go on Amazon and look for plastic sheets. So they're just regular plastic sheets you can buy so that you can create on so you don't ruin your surfaces. Okay, now I've got 2 singles and a multi, and you know me, I'm gonna hook them up on my Nope, wrong side. Where's it at? Oh, it is on that side. Okay, I'm just gonna... What is going on? Oh, I must have touched it with my wet finger. I just did it again. I just touched my stuff with my wet finger. So I'm just gonna place these down really quick. And I'm gonna put these this way. And then I'm gonna bring them back over here on top. And I'm using the Post-it to hold them in place. I don't really care how they look. Just gonna give it a little tap. Give a little bit of tap. Oh, that's a lot of color. A little bit of tap on this one. And you can kind of see how they've got just a little bit of color variance between them. I don't want them all to be the same. I want them to be a little bit different. Since we're here, I'm going to show you how to clean off your brush. Circular motions. If you've got ink on the sides, like I've got ink there, just bring it up the sides and up the front. Flip it over. Do it again. And that's all you got to do to take that extra ink off. You can see how white it's getting. The ink's getting pushed down, but I'm not worried about that so much. So I'm going to grab my cap. I'm going to grab my cap and put it on there. It will dry because it does get air on it, so I'm not worried. I've seen worse. So I'm just going to put that away. For our... So I'm going to take these off and I'm going to put them over here. You can definitely see the outline on them, which, why Post-its have it on your desk all the time really works. It's really good for you. Okay. Oh, I need that back, and I didn't clean it. Tissue. Just going to get that little bit off right there. And right there. Okay. So then we're going to start with our blending, our coloring. I shouldn't say blending, our coloring. So I like to start with my greens, and I'm going to go with the light. This looks like the light granny apple green. Yep. And instead of using the brush end, I'm going to use the nib end, and I'm just going to kind of mark out where I think the leaves are. So right there, this one, this one. I think this is a leaf. Underneath is a leaf. Back here and here's a leaf. Over here and over here. These are leaves, but they're more floral. So I'm just going to leave them like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and color those in. I don't need 100% coverage. You guys know me. 100% coverage is not how I do it. Leave it a little bit loose. Just jumping all the way around and everything else. Because if I decide I want to add a darker color to it, I can do that. I don't have to worry about it. Is that a leaf? Yeah, that's a leaf. Okay. So with my other one, with the same nib end, not the brush, just come in the bottom and do kind of just a little lift. Come over here in the shadow. Down there in the shadow. I think this one is in front of that one, or behind that one. But you can't be sure because you didn't design it, so. So, Tammy, how was your weekend? I'm going to color all my little flowers blue. And this one is the light pool party. Sweet. Yeah, Bill was sick. My husband, Bill, was sick most of the weekend, so he and I just kind of took a break and didn't really do much. But he's feeling better. I made sure he got lots of rest yesterday. And as they say, this is how we do it. So I'm not going to use the dark Pool Party on that one. I really like the light look. This is a new color that I have. It's Light Flirty Flamingo, and I do not know how the color looks. Sorry, I keep hitting my speaker. I just want to kind of look. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think I want to do it in that color after all. So I'm going to put that one back. And I'm going to grab my... What is this one? I don't want Petal Pink. That's too light. I'm going to go with my Light Calypso Coral. So Light Calypso Coral. Same thing, I'm going to use the nib end just because I have more control in such a small space. And just the bottom half of the sideway one. This one, I'm just going to grab every other. Just go around. Just like that. And with this one, I'll do just about every other. Because I'll come in with that light on the top there. Okay. So we'll do the light Petal Pink. Or the dark Petal Pink, my bad. Same thing. And I think the light, or the light and the dark Petal Pink is very much a family of the Calypso Coral, because this is the dark Petal Pink, and then this is the light Calypso Coral, right? Light? Yeah. So I think they're just a tone apart, so they work really good together. So if you're looking for colors that work together, I think that's one of those ones that works really good. Just blend it all in. You don't have to worry about having everything perfect. Let's go over the whole thing. Leave a couple spots of light and you'll be good. But I think these two complement each other very well. So if you went dark Petal Pink, or sorry, dark Calypso Coral, light Calypso Coral, and dark Petal Pink, or dark Petal Pink and light Petal Pink, you'll have a nice variation in that color family and everything else. So always have a scratch piece of paper by you so that you can, if you want to change your mind, you can. So that one's done. We're going to pull all the rest of the pieces over here. I wanted to color this a little bit, but I'm just like, you know, sometimes you just don't need to color everything. You just don't. You really don't. Me too. Me too. It's like, ugh, it's maddening when your spouse doesn't feel good. I'm getting too old to worry about stuff every other weekend, you know. Since we are working with the beiges, I thought I'd bust out my, where's it at? Large check ribbon. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but okay. I haven't had a chance to use this. I got it last year. So glad it got brought back. I don't even know where to open this. This is always my fight. It's like, how do I open this? Okay, I think I got it. Hopefully I didn't cut the ribbon too. There we go. But because we have that natural beige in there, that what is the beige one called? Basic beige. So we have the basic beige in there, and then I've got a little bit of the black in there. I think it'll work. I'm just going to do a knot though. So we're not going to use very much of it. We're just going to use a little bit of it. We're just going to tie it in a knot. Because sometimes I think, you know, you use something a lot and then you use a very little of it. And sometimes the very little is a more, it just turns out better sometimes. See, and I give that, and then I can trim my edges up. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to put this away. No gems this time either, so that's really shocking for me. Let me get out my dimensionals, both big and small. I gotta get my pokey tool out so I can pick these things up. Yep. And it's like, how many of you guys still have the original old school packaging for this stuff? I do. It will stab me otherwise. Okay, so now I got everything separated. I got all the stuff that I need. Air project. I'm just gonna start with a little bit of runner. I love these weeks. No, that's, where did it go? Oh, that's a refill. I don't know what I did with it. Let me check my box of goodies. Well, I have a little itty bitty one. Because I'm trying to use everything I've got up that's not Stampin' Up, so that when I use Stampin' Up stuff, I can really enjoy it. Get rid of all my junk piles and stuff, as I like to call them. These I like for the kids and stuff like that when they used to craft with me. I think this is my last set. I'm also a hoarder when it comes to crafting stuff, as my friends know. I don't know why it happens that way. I just am. Okay. So I'm just going to look at the bottom, because if I look at the bottom and I get it straight, you guys can't see that. Let me do the top. If I do the top and I get it straight, I should be straight at the bottom. That looks pretty good. Okay. Oh, there it is. I just found my other one. So my sentiment for this one is going to be, so lucky to know you. I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm just going to put this where I'm going to have it, which is a little off to the left. And then I'm going to do my sentiment, and I'll definitely know where to keep everything at. Just going to tap it a few times. And I just kind of want it to be next to my sentiment. Like that. There we go. Awesome. I clean that real quick, and then I can throw this in the garbage. There we go. Okay, so this one's going to be flat. So we're just going to place a little bit of runner on it. There we go. A little bit of runner. And I want the flowers just underneath this area, so we have a little bit available space on each side. We're going to start with our little basket. We're going to go ahead and add 2 of our foam squares there. Our large one is just going to be flat. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of runner on the back of these. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to use my little adhesive. Where'd they go? Oh, here they are. The ones from the projects and stuff. Those ones are really cool. I like these. So don't throw those away when you finish your project if you got them left. Hold on to them. These are really cool. Like teeny tiny little glue dots, and they work everywhere. So I'll pull that one over. Okay, I'm going to do one more towards the top area. So we've got our nice little triangle of things. Ah, did not mean for all of that to come in my screen. Okay, so we're going to get that one out of the way. And that one out of the way. I got a little bit of glue on my pokey tool. I love the names of things, you know. So it's like the pokey tool. There we go. And so I kind of know where I want this to go. So I'm going to leave it with these on it, and I'm just going to put it down the bottom. I want the flowers. I want the bottom of the basket to be with the bottom of my circle. Okay. And then I'm just going to take these and I'm going to put it right behind it at the top of my flowers and everything else. So we'll do that. Then we're going to add this one. So we're just going to have it at the bottom of that. So we cover up the floral at the bottom here almost all the way. Okay. So our multiple, we're going to bring that over. We're going to flip it over and we're going to add another 2 adhesives, little glue dots to them. Forget things sometimes. We're placing the adhesive on it. Nope, I can't do it by hand. I need the little sticky, the little pokey thingy. Nope. There we go. And then you just pick them up. And then right underneath here, I'm just going to push this under so those 2 little leaves, not that far, not that far, kind of poke out just a little bit. Okay. So then we need our itty bitties. So we're going to go ahead and put one on there. I'm going to grab a bigger one. And then a bunch of little ones is what we're going to use here. So we're going to put one right here. Another one right there. And then I think we'll put 2 more on there. I just ordered some more of these, so I'm really psyched about it. I think that'll be good. Okay. So before I put this on here, I want to put this one on here, and we're going to add a couple of our glue dots on the back of this. Just 2. That's all we need. Just 2. It has some of the colors similar to what we're using on it. So I'm going to show you this. So we've got more of a green, but this is more of an olive here. So I think it's going to blend in really nice. So we're going to pop that in right about there, like so. So we're going to take that out. We're going to get these out of here. And the next one. Move that out of the way. Sometimes I can get it, sometimes I can't. There we go. So we're going to take this. We're going to have our leaves going straight up. And I'm just going to tuck this underneath so that we get those in there. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and pull our backers off of this one. So, and then we're just going to kind of line it up with the bottom of this one here. So we're just going to put that up there so that we've got a little bit of leaf showing. We've got the circles. We're redoing the circles and everything. So our last 2 circles, we're just going to put there. We're going to get some mini dimensionals on these. Just itty bitty dimensionals because I want them to be more popped up rather than just sitting down. I want these to kind of look like they're flying around. Okay, so we're going to pop that one. Moving on me. There we go. And moving on me. And then I'm just going to, didn't mean to pick it up with my finger. I'm just going to head and pick it up. And we're going to kind of look like things are just falling. And instead of having gems or anything, that's what my gems are instead. So as far as our little bow goes, I'm just going to go ahead and fold it in half. Similar, it isn't perfect. You can see that the knot's right there and it's not in the middle. So I'm just going to get that, and I'm going to go ahead and do a side slice on this. There we go. Put that over here. And then we're going to use a couple of these, the little mini glue dots on this. So we're just going to go ahead and put it on the little knot area, and I'm going to push it down with my finger so it lays flat. We're going to pick this up. We're going to pull that off the best we can. And then we're going to place another one right on top of where we did the first one. So just like that. And then pull that top off of there. So you can see that it's not exactly straight or anything. It's just kind of going its own way. We're just going to place it right there. It doesn't need to have a perfect bow. I know a lot of people are fussy about their bows and stuff like that, but I'm telling you right now, it does not need a perfect bow. Hope you guys know that. If you like your card, then it's perfect to you. Doesn't matter to anybody else. So I could have done this a lot different ways and everything else, but I think what matters the most is showing you that you don't need a lot of coloring on certain images. They just shine out for themselves. And mixing and matching all of the different pieces here really makes everything pop, instead of looking at it like, oh, there's more flowers, Eva. Yep, more flowers. More flowers, more flowers, more flowers. Instead of looking at it like that, you're looking at it at, oh wow, she put that together. That looks really nice. Because I think these mix and match ideas that Stampin' Up! Has right now is a really good opportunity for people who don't normally mix up. Yeah, this is Lost Lagoon. Yeah, it's let me get that again, because I'll show you the products I used on this, so everybody kind of gets an idea why I called it a Mashup Monday. For the background color, we used the Frames and Flowers. I'm gonna bring that up there. Frames and Flowers 12 by 12, and it's just this color right here. That's the only piece left I got on that one. I love that paper. It's got ephemera and everything mixed up on the first one. Second one is labels and layers, ephemera pack. And this is so cool. Like, I really like this one. Still haven't used either one of them because I love it. And of course, Country Flowers, the Stamp and Die. Love this one as well. I know, they're all cute. They're all so cute. It's what's irritating about it is there's so many different ideas that I have in my head. I goes, oh, I finally get to use the basic beige. I should bring out my what is it? It's just like a gingham, or not a gingham, like just like a check. They're saying it's called, what is it? Large check ribbon. I'm like, that's not large to me. Large is where you can't hardly see the pattern because it's so large, but I get it. But I've had that ribbon for like 7 months and I finally get to open it. It's a win for me. So I don't normally do the inside of my cards. Every once in a while I will, but I normally don't. So if I were to add an adhesive enamel gem or something like that, I would do something like the foil gems, because it picks up the colors that are already there. You don't have to worry about it picking up different colors and stuff. Simple neutrals are great. Black and white, of course, is always classic. But yeah, it's a good mix and match, especially when you have a lot of products and you're not sure what to do with them. I think it's a great opportunity just to bust out the things that you have and kind of lay them together until you find something that works. You don't have to color this either. You could have left it black and it would have still mattered. It would have still mixed in. But I like how the different greens pull everything together. The more mustardy green here, the lighter greens and the darker greens, same as on the leaves and stuff. And even mixing the pinks is what helps to bring things together. I'm all for that. I'm all for a little bit of science, especially when it's weird. Oh, I can't get my phone out of the holder. My arthritis is bugging me. So, one of my favorite all-time thing isn't about creating a conducive card. One of my favorite things about card making is that you can go in any direction as long as you're happy with it. I have a tendency to go back to the same stamp sets that I love because to me, if I love something, then using it one time just doesn't make sense to me, you know? So earlier I was talking about $150 and everybody's like, Eva, that's a lot of money. Yeah, it is. But I'm going to move one thing and another thing I got to flip over. It's just personal stuff. Nothing I don't want you guys to see. So I'm going to get my tablet out of the way and I'm going to show you guys something that I've been working on for the last few weeks, months. So I was given a set of marker holders, the blends, the Stampin' Up! Blends. I was also given given two sets. One set? Two sets? I think it was two sets of ink pad holders. So at $150, what you can do is you can get a free ink pad holder for only $2. And I say free because the $150 mark basically takes care of that. How it will work in the future, I'm not sure. But for right now, I'm making the most out of my $150 and I get an ink pad holder each time. So let me show you. Ah, go back. There we go. So that's how far I've gotten. I'm about halfway done. I need 4 more of them and I will be done. Now, you're probably looking at me like, Eva, that's crazy. That's a lot of money. They're $18. But when you buy it, when you add it to your cart as your item, because you spent $150, you get that little bonus. Like, I'm going to try to use it as often as I can for the next couple months. Because with the changes and stuff like that, I don't know how it's going to go. I really don't. But I'm hoping that we're still going to be able to get that. Because I love that little caveat where you get that little bit of bonus when you hit that amount. And it affords me to buy stuff like that. Because I could not by myself. I would just be like, well, they're getting stacked. They're just going to get stacked. And that's how it goes, you know. So, like I said, right now I've bought 3 of them by myself. I did get 2 from my friend and a marker holder for my friend. And then when I joined back up in May, I got the free in colors and then markers and paper and some other stuff. And I'm like, I haven't used any of that. I'm like, I gotta use some of it. So I'm going to be focusing on what I have, not what I want to use. We're going to figure out how to make it all work, how to make it look pretty, how to create more with what we have instead of just going, well, I can use it for one card, on to the next thing, because we do that a lot. I know because I did it too. Anyway, so next week, we're going to do another mix and match. We're almost to the end of the semester, so to speak. We're getting in there. We got to get our get ready for the finals and get ready for Christmas, which is the biggest term of the year, so to speak. So lots of Christmas cards to be made, lots of focusing on the holidays with family. So like I said, we're going to get going on what I have, use it a little bit more, get that used so I don't feel like I wasted my money or my time. Because when you buy products, it's hard to get around to using them. A lot of us buy it, but we don't use them. So I'm going to show you a couple cool ideas on how to use the products you already have every single week. You guys have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you next Monday, 4 p.m. Arizona time. I say Arizona time because it's just Arizona time. We're weird. We don't change times. Anyway, Thank you for joining me, everyone. Bye. And stay crafty, my friends.